Alright, good morning everyone. It's Matt, day 2 of the Alleghenies bike trip. I'm here at Yellow Creek State Park. It's probably about 7:30 a.m. Got up probably around 6, tidied up. Justin's going to be heading out today, so he had to get all of his stuff packed up. I noticed when I was kind of looking at my video that I uploaded yesterday that there's definitely some errors, and I definitely did not do a ton of taping, and part of that was because we kind of got here, had a few drinks, and frankly errors ensued. So I cannot speak highly enough about Yellow Creek State Park, the cabin rental setup, and it is so nice to know that, you know, I'm going to ride a longer ride today, and then I can just come back here. I got my stuff in the cabin already, and I can just relax. Like, I don't have to worry about setting up a tent. I don't need to worry about driving it far. So the game plan here is that we're going to head over shortly to Coy's Pizza. My buddy's been raving about the fact that they have this breakfast pizza there, so that opens at 8 o'clock. So we're going to drive over to Coy's, get breakfast. He's then going to head on home. I'm going to drive over to the IUP campus, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, which is about probably 20 minutes here from Yellow Creek. And I'm going to park on the campus. Now, it's a Sunday, so I'm not sure what the parking regulations oftentimes are and where you're allowed to park, where you're not allowed to park, but on a Sunday I don't think it matters. So I'm going to park right near kind of the terminus of the Hoodlebug Trail. I'm going to ride the length of the Hoodlebug Trail to its end, where it then kind of links up with the Ghost Town Trail. And then I'm going to ride the Ghost Town Trail over to the Wehrum, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, W-E-H-R-U-M trailhead. And then at that point I'm going to turn around, head on back, and that should be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 55 miles. And then my plan then is tomorrow to drive over to Wahrum and ride the remainder of the trail to Ebensburg and back. So I'm going to be doing the main line, you know, full length of the Ghost Town Trail, and then that way I complete it in its entirety. And then, like I said, come on back here tonight. I don't really have a meal plan because I wasn't sure if Justin was going to be here tonight or not. And since he's not, I got to figure out something for dinner. But I figure I can just ad-lib on the fly because Indiana's a decent-sized town with lots of options. So here we go. All right, that Coy's Pizza that I've heard so much about. And we're here at 8 a.m. opening and getting some breakfast pizza. So this is going to cure all that ails me, in theory. All right, so I'm parked here at the RMP office building parking lot. It's a huge parking lot. Like I said, it's a Sunday, so I figure I can park anywhere. It doesn't matter. They're not going to tow, but I think normally these would be permit only kind of spots. And there's probably some athletic parking over there, which would probably be a safer bet. But obviously a much smaller lot. So I'm not sure where you're really supposed to park for the Hoodlebug Trail, but I just figured, you know what, this looks good enough, and it being a Sunday, it probably shouldn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and get on the trail here, and like I said, ride the length of that down to the Ghost Town Trail, and then start my way across there as well. I must say that the Hoodlebug Trail thus far is it's paved, which is nice, but bumpy as can be, like absolutely bumpy as can be. And so not smooth riding, and it's just going straight downhill. So right now I'm not pedaling at all, which is nice, but at the end of my 55-mile ride today, when I'm coming back up this thing, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So hopefully this levels off sooner than later. Very interesting. Levity Brewing Company, which is basically right on trail here. So I don't think I'm going to stop on my way back before I tackle this hill, but I might have to stop on my way back to the cabins. And it looks like they might have some canned beer, so maybe I can get a 6-pack to go or something. Pretty creek crossing here, about a little more than 2 miles in. And again, I'm still going downhill. So yeah, like you said, when I'm tired late in the day, This is not going to be fun. It's still very bumpy too, so even though I'm going downhill and don't really need to pedal much, I'm purposely not going very fast because I'm just bouncing around like crazy. So probably about 3.5, 4 miles in, and basically this just runs kind of parallel to this main road here through Indiana, and nice big parking lot at this Yankeetown access. So a lot of parking right across from a Sheetz. And it seems like the trail, while still trending down, is at least leveling out a little bit, but still very bumpy. Like I feel like the surface yesterday was far superior to today. So this is the third creek crossing in 4 miles. All really pretty. This one's Yellow Creek, so I'm assuming it's the same one that the state park's named after. Very nice. Then a little past mile 7, and this is like the flavor of the Hoodlebug. I mean, I'm literally going parallel to a 55-mile-per-hour road, 2 lanes each direction. So really the trail is just constant road noise. Overall, not really a fan between the bumpiness, the elevation, and the proximity to the road. I mean, it's right there. So hopefully the ghost town is an improvement when I get to that point. A fox on the trail. Not what I was expecting. Literally just hanging out right in the middle of the trail. And then somewhere. As you can probably hear, probably right around mile 8.5, 9, you divert from the main road and you go around this real tight turn, and abruptly the surface changes, and it's now this kind of smaller gravel, and you go down a really big hill, and then you're just kind of running parallel to this kind of quiet road that I haven't seen a single car on. So a little bit better. I would say surface is better, and but again, riding back on this thing is going to suck big time. I think I'm in some kind of park, probably near the end of the trail, but this is doesn't look enjoyable, so stop recording. Whew. Everything is burning after going up that hill, and then the surface has changed again. So I figure I gotta be getting close to the end of this trail, beginning of the Ghost Town Trail. In Saylor Park, so end of Hoodlebug, beginning of Ghost Town. There's some fields and pavilions, and nice little vault toilet bathroom that's fairly clean. And then I believe the Ghost Town starts over here, though there's not really any signs, but from looking at my navigation, that appears to be where it begins. Plus, I've seen a bunch of people go down there. So on the Ghost Town Trail here, probably only a mile in, and it's running parallel to the Black Lick Creek. And it is bigger than I would consider a creek, but it's beautiful. Beautiful morning, perfect weather. I was talking to a nice gentleman in Saylor Park for probably 20 minutes, and he gave me a card for his YouTube channel, and he likes doing the same kind of thing, riding different trails, taping them. So we were chatting it up. He was telling me I think he's done trails in 45 states or something. So very cool, kind of picking his brain about different trails I'm doing on this trip or for future trips. So really appreciated the conversation with him. So probably about 3 or 4 miles in, and nice packed surface, gradual uphill. Again, kind of running parallel to the creek down there. Every once in a while it opens up where you can see it nicely in the shade. Overall, really nice trail. A lot of debris on the trail, that's the only thing, but again, you could tell that down by that Saylor Park it was booming. There's a million people. But now that I'm 3 or 4 miles in, all of a sudden there's like no people. and you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Ghost Town Trail. Might be a good spot to stop on the way back. We're pretty perched up high above that creek now. I mean, I can't see it, but I can hear it, and it's probably 100 feet down that hill. But as you can see, we're now more in the exposed sun. Cool little waterfall back in the woods there. Kind of hard to see. Ald's Run. And it kind of passes under this bridge down to the creek below. So I just went past a road crossing for, it was the Heshbron parking lot, and that lot was small and it was full. So again, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Makes sense it's full, but if you were planning on Heshbon rest area, if you're planning on ever parking there, know that it's small. Nice covered picnic table, nice bathroom facilities along this trail. Old pretty abandoned bridge here in, I think it's a Claghorn, whatever that is. I noticed a few times already these like kind of almost looks like coal piles up on the hills. So I'm taking a snack stop here at, it says the Buena Vista Furnace, and there's like some little side trails. I'm assuming down there is a furnace of some kind. But as I was saying before, there's like lots of what appears to be kind of like old coal piles off on kind of the hillside. So I don't know what I expected. I expected, when I hear Ghost Town Trail, like old buildings, and there's not any of that so far. I mean, it's just, you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere and you're looking down the creek the entire time. So there's a bench here, getting a quick little snack break. Starting to get a little hungry, and I think I got about 6.5 more miles, 7 miles until Wehrum, which is then where I'll stop and turn around. Wow, so this is a impressive creek crossing. Really wide through here, and clear as can be. I can see a bunch of fish down in there. Really, really pretty. Dilltown Station. There's Dillweed Bed and Breakfast right across the street. Looks like they have a little shop. And then a big parking spot. And nice covered pavilion with bathrooms. Very nice setup. Good place to, park your car if you need to. Alright, so I've had a very negative development. Probably only about 3 miles to where I was going to turn around, and I hear this noise. I look down and I have a tack sticking out of my tire, and I can hear the air seeping out. So I threw some duct tape on it, but I mean, it's definitely losing air, and I tried to pump it some. So I'm just going to turn around here, go as far as I can, and hopefully not have to change out the tire until I get back to the cabin, but that might be wishful thinking. So I'm going to try to haul ass as much as I can back in the direction that I came. So managed to walk this back to Dilltown, and they do have an air pump here, so I trust that a lot more than my hand pump. So let's see how long it takes me to get this back on. Alright, so total time of repair about 15 minutes. Ate a sandwich while I was here. Unfortunately I couldn't get the air pump on the side to work, so I used my hand pump. And I can tell it's not as pumped as it should be, but it's hopefully going to be enough to get me back to the cabin. And then I have like my really good one that I can plug into the car to pump it up to full PSI when I get back to Yellow Creek later on today. So again, knock on wood, hopefully this will hold up. I still am a little peeved about getting that flat. I mean, why would there be a thumbtack on the trail? Like, there's just no logical explanation unless somebody put it there on purpose. But anyway, the repair seems to be holding up, which is good. And I got about 20 miles back to the car as I ride over debris. So yeah, decent amount of people out on the trail today. A lot of e-bikes. A lot of e-bikes that literally look like motorcycles. They're that massive. And a lot of those massive motorcycle looking e-bikes, I don't even see anybody pedaling. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on there. It is about 1:30 and I just rode through that Saylor Park again at the end of the Ghost Town Trail. And it is booming. I mean, I don't think there's a single parking spot left in kind of the main parking lot. Tons of people with bikes. And then to get to the Hoodlebug, you literally then kind of go on this road here, just right across the bridge. I mean, you can kind of see the parking lot down over the hill there. And then you just kind of ride up here, and it's very clear signage. And frankly, there's not much traffic on this road. So then this is where you kind of go up, and then you go down, and then it'll start this sustained up, you know, all the way back to Indiana. So this is the part of the day I was not looking forward to, but here we are. Really cool looking baseball field that you go right past on the Hoodlebug Trail. I mean, this thing looks top notch. The dugouts, the stands. I wonder if this is like a school field or what this is. But it's impressive. So I think about 5 miles to go. Got the requisite train car along the trail. So this is really one of the only places along the Hoodlebug Trail to actually sit, stop, and I needed to fill up my water bottles. I always carry an extra 2 liters of, or maybe it's 1 liter of water. So I needed to stop before I went up the steep part here. And I was like, man, where am I going to stop? So luckily I came across this. All right, so I made it back in one piece. So altogether I did 49.3 miles today, which is about 5 miles less than I had originally expected. But like I said, that tire issue kind of derailed things a little bit. So my plan is to just try to add those on first thing tomorrow and do a few more miles than I originally expected tomorrow. So, you know, altogether it was an okay day. I didn't think either part of the trails that I rode today were better than yesterday's Mahoning Shadow Trail. I thought that was the far superior trail, a lot more enjoyable. You know, the Ghost Town Trail had some really nice areas where you're looking down at the creek, but I kind of felt like you were just like out in the middle of nowhere. So in a way, it kind of reminded me of, I don't know, a lot of other trails that I've been on. And then when I got back to the car, on trips like this where I have the car, I always carry this, you know, Cobalt air pressure thing, and so I was pumping up the tires before I left, and my front tire only had 26 psi, so that was the one that I did the hand pump with just to reinflate it, and I couldn't get it any more than that. So luckily I had this along where I could put it up to the usual, you know, 65 or so that I keep it at. So I think while I'm in Indiana, I'm going to try to maybe find a grocery store, get some more ice for the cooler, you know, grab some stuff for dinner, and then that way I can just go back to Yellow Creek, shower, and just chill and relax on that deck. Back at Yellow Creek, after all my errands in Indiana, I got back here probably around 3:45 or so, took a shower, and then my dinner choice, and it's funny how you just like crave things on a bike trip, and so they had these like restaurant style chips, and I got some kind of spicy salsa, and I got a grab to go Mediterranean chicken salad, and that's what I wanted. Like at that moment, that's what I wanted. So all that was good, and currently I'm just sitting here chilling, pretty tired. Today was definitely a tiring day. I think I'm going to try to stretch my legs a little bit because they were definitely feeling a little sore. Butt definitely feeling a little bit sore. But I mean, again, this is the view off of, you have a picnic table here, and then you're covered, so you're in the shade. And this is the view looking out from cabin 5. I mean, it's just like, the fact that this is $50 a night is crazy. So, I might do, I'm not going to do one more check-in. I'm going to probably start putting together the video, get this uploaded, maybe do a fire later for like an hour or two once the sun starts going down. And then, knowing me on bike trips, I'll probably be in bed by 9:30, most likely. So anyway, Yellow Creek's been fantastic. Tomorrow, I'm getting up and doing the remainder of the main line of the Ghost Town Trail. So I'm going to park at Wehrum, or however you say it, and I'm going to backtrack to where my flat tire incident was. And I'm going to turn around and go the other direction all the way down to Evansburg, and then back to the car. And then from there, I'm going to then drive down to Johnstown, and I'm going to park at the Franklin Ball Field and do the Path of the Flood Trail. Now, the Path of the Flood Trail, you look on LinkedIn or anything else, it goes all the way down into like kind of the main part of Johnstown, but it includes a lot of street riding as a result. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go from Franklin Ball Field up to the South Fork Dam site near Sidman, and then turn around and go back. And then from there, I'm camping tomorrow at Blue Knob State Park. So looking forward to it. Should be another great day. Hopefully without, knock on wood, the mechanical problems today. But again, it's been a great trip thus far. All right, running some errands here in Indiana. Got some ice, got some gas. Stopped at a grocery store called Martin's I've never been at, which was very nice. Got some stuff for dinner. Now I'm stopping at Walmart trying to get a replacement tube for the one that I use. So hopefully they got one. If not, I still have another one, but I always like carrying two.